Hi, I'm John Orlando, and I'd like to tell you a little about myself.
First off, I hail from Wisconsin, home of Fighting Bob LaFollette and Joseph McCarthy, Eric Heiden and Susie Hamilton, the Green Bay Packers, and, of course, the Great Central Warehouse Facility fire of '91, where 20 million pounds of cheese partially went up in smoke, but mostly turned into rivers that swallowed up firefighters and trucks. The fire department suffered $400,000 in damages in the fire because it turns out that it's nearly impossible to get cheese out of a fire truck. But I moved to Vermont in '93, a state where you meet new people by asking them what they do and where they ski. I started teaching classes in philosophy and medical ethics at a variety of colleges around Vermont. But my passion since moving to Vermont has been in helping colleges develop online programs. The first college I worked at used broadcast television for their distance learning, which was a bit like investing heavily in 8-track tape stock. The system was awash in debt and hemorrhaging money by the minute because it combined the lack of flexibility of having to be at some place at some time with the passivity of television. I was part of a group that created the first online program at that school. And this is where I saw the power of online education to overcome barriers of space and time for students to receive their education, especially working adults. It also provides the interactivity that's missing from television. Television isolates you from others, while the internet unites people. Afterwards, I went to another university where I started a number of online master's degrees in areas related to information security. Now, I realize that this may sound like a boring topic, but it's actually more interesting than you might think. We had students who were paid to hack into companies' computer systems to test their security, who investigated computer crimes, and who defended the government from attacks from terrorist groups. To give you an example, I remember an interesting talk by one of our students who was paid to test the security of bank systems in Wisconsin. He mentioned that most systems have a feature that locks you out if you get your password wrong 3 times. But he realized that the opposite was not true. That is, if you start by entering a password, you could repeatedly test different login IDs without getting locked out. Being from Wisconsin, he figured out that if you enter Green Bay Packers as a password, you could just keep hitting the computer system with random IDs, and sooner or later you'll get into someone's account. But as my father liked to say when someone asked him what he did, I golf and I pay for it with an electrical engineering job. In my case, what I do is bike. My wife and I were married on a 100-mile bike ride. Apparently, that's big news in Vermont because we made the front page of the Montpelier Sunday newspaper. The reporter even gave us the photos, so we got a professional photographer with our wedding thrown in for free. So here's some advice. We've learned that the best way to explore any new city or area is on bike. Bikes combine the mobility of a car with the freedom of a pedestrian. You can just go anywhere you want, stop anywhere you want. We've discovered a lot of things we never would have found in a car because biking integrates you into the city. Locals will stop and talk to you and give you advice.
So that's it. Feel free to send me a video about yourself as well. Thanks.